I know that some of you are really mulling over, if not reacting to my last video, in which I said God doesn't make mistakes. Philosophically and existentially, we struggle with so many things. So I'll grant that it's a statement that really needs to be explored and really needs to be discussed. Okay, so that's that. And I know that you're looking at your own life, your own story. You're looking into the mirror and on some level probably also saying, I think a lot of mistakes have been made, and maybe even by him in the family that he put me in, or the system into which I was born in. There's so much that can be acknowledged and engaged on those topics. Even when you look at your own talents and strengths, you can say, I just don't have some of them. I don't have everything I need. I struggle. I've got issues. I've got blind spots. I've got weaknesses, and you're not going to get any argument from me. So let's talk a little bit about your shortcomings so that we don't live in a dreamy Pollyannish world when we talk about strengths. I am not saying nothing's wrong with you and nothing's wrong with me. In fact, in the psalm in which we were delving in our last video, Psalm 139, David is waxing eloquent about how beautiful and wonderful God is and how much he loves God, and everywhere he goes, God's there. He's on his mind. And then he says out of nowhere, oh, that you would slay the wicked. Do I not hate those who hate thee, O Lord? Do I not loathe those who rise up against you? I hate them with the utmost hatred. They've become my enemies. Well, there might be a bit or maybe a substantial amount of righteous indignation that David was feeling and that you and I feeling when somebody just gets away with murder and does stuff that's just wrong and we're not okay with it. Injustice, oppression. So let's grant David had a certain amount of that going on. But there's another part of David that we know is just super passionate and sometimes acts and then thinks. He can be super impulsive. In fact, his passion is a strength and a weakness, right? And this is true for us with our strengths. They can get the better of us. We can overfunction. We can misapply and mismanage our strengths. It's no different than any real resource, any real treasure. Let's take fire. Is fire a good thing or is it a bad thing? Well, it depends, right? How you use it. In a fireplace, in the grill where it's supposed to be, it's an amazing thing. In a forest or in a city, it's a terrifying thing. So our strengths can be mismanaged and misused, but they're still strengths. I'm not perfect. Neither is my situation. Neither is my neighbor. Neither is my utilization of my strengths, and yet they're still strengths. And the bottom line for me is simply that God's not finished with me yet. And I want to invite him to keep working through me and working on me. And I invite you to consider that as we talk more about strengths in our very next video.